the bewildering array of schemes, both national and local. I mean, so many hubs, growth hubs, employment hubs, youth hubs, the Kickstart scheme. Can you just run through some of those, just to explain some of those initiatives? And they're there to help young people, but I think a lot of young people are quite bewildered by them. I know I am.
Yeah, well, I would be quite bewildered. Take the Kickstart scheme. I'm a keen motorcyclist myself, and no motorcycle I know has had a Kickstart since about 1990. I don't think so. What young people make of having a Kickstart, I'm not quite sure. But it is bewildering, and I think it's as well. Just going back to that metaphor about navigation, the city council and its partners need to be the pilots of these schemes. How we make sense, how do we create kind of a chart for people that doesn't have labels on, doesn't have doors, doesn't have entry points? How do we nurture that talent and guide them along that route? And certainly from the city council's point of view, picking up with Kickstart, I'm responsible as the lead corporate director for our care leavers. We now have 5 care leavers on our payroll, not on apprenticeships, but on the payroll. They're actively helping their peers in our employment hub in the central library to choose routes forward, whether through employment or through the youth enterprise initiative. I think it's really, really important that we don't attach labels to all of this thing. I know people like labels for accountability and everything, but God, I'm confused by it all. And actually, what it's about is presenting choice to young people, opening up horizons. And if they go through the entrepreneurship route and set something up and it booms, absolutely fine. If it doesn't, well, hell, they've had a go. And in my experience, employers like people who have a go, learn from failure, pick themselves up, and have a go again. So yeah, we're not going to make loads of budding entrepreneurs, but what employers need is enterprising people. Much more so, in my experience of working with some of the big corporate investors in Hull over recent years, they don't necessarily want the qualifications. The qualifications are important. What they first look for, though, is attitude, a positive attitude. People who will be enterprising, people who have that mindset of positive challenge. That positive challenge you're asking me, why do we do this? Can we not do it a different way? Maybe we can. Quite often we can. So I think in answer to your question, it's about young people, it's about establishing a movement as a support network, a movement, a commitment, not a label, not a banner, not something we do today and forget about tomorrow. We've got to kind of live this one in supporting our young people as the inheritors of the seats that we currently occupy.
Because a lot of the young people that we deal with have fallen through government funding nets, but they are, we would describe them as entrepreneurs, certainly, but they're not even small businesses, they're micro businesses, but they form the backbone of the self-employed in this country, don't they? And I know you want to see them succeed.
People want to find their own level, and some people are quite happy to get by, and I say that in a positive sense. A lifestyle kind of type business, which enables them to kind of have a portfolio of interests in their life, in their lives. Some people are kind of a bit like me, kind of a bit obsessive about, we've got to do this, we've got to do that, we've got to achieve the next thing. We've got to get out of bed and spring out of bed and really punch the day. Yeah, that's good. We'll back those as well. But there is that balance. But at all points, people are being enterprising in their attitude. They're looking for opportunities. They're asking the questions: why not? Why can't I do this? Why shouldn't we do this? And those very same attributes, they're essential whether it's in a small business, in a large corporation, or in the public sector. We want people to bring their full selves into their work environment or into their enterprise environment. It's only when we strip away the suits we wear and all those things that kind of define us. It's only then that we bring our full selves to work, and we apply ourselves fully, and we're also recognised fully for what we are as individuals operating in the community.